As you know, the Mount Union Purple Raiders are in the national championship again. And again, they play Wisconsin Whitewater. Coach Larry Kehres, in his 26th year as the mentor of the Purple Raiders, once again named the AFCA Regional Coach of the Year for a record 16th time. They've claimed 22 OACC championships, including the last 20 in a row and 10 of the last 18 NCAA Division III national championships. Coach Kehres joins us now. Larry, great to have you back on the show. Congratulations, Coach.
Thanks a lot, Bruce. I like talking to you.
I like talking to you because every time we do, you're playing for another national championship. Does it ever get old?
No, not at all. There's only one per year, and Christmas never gets old, and it's only once per year, so I enjoy it every time.
Let me, all these championship years and leading up to it, there's such hard work, the preparation before the season starts, let alone the conference, the grueling conference schedule, but then you get into the postseason. This year, your first two games, you didn't have that much of a Benedictine and then Center Kentucky, but those last two games were tough against Wabash and Wesley. Tell us about those.
Well, Wabash was a very tough game. Tough physical team, a lot of pressure defense. They made it tough on us, but our defense played well too, and we got out of there with a 20-8 win. Wesley was a very skilled team offensively with a third-year quarterback. He's been to the semifinals every year, and he made some wonderful plays for his team with his arm and his feet, and we eked out a one-touchdown victory. So when you get that far in, you're going to be up against good teams.
You have always had prolific offensive attacks, and this year is no exception. Almost averaging 39 points per game, 451 plus yards per game. You've got a couple of real skill position gems in Jeremy Murray, the running back, and Mac Pilato, your quarterback. Talk about them for us.
Well, Jeremy's been a real steady tailback for us now for 2 years. He's over 3,000 yards of rushing yards in his career. Good lateral cut runner. Matt was our backup quarterback to start the year, and now he's had to take over due to an injury, and he's played real well in weeks 8 up through 14. So he's our leader now at the quarterback position, and he's had a couple good games here in the playoffs.
Talk about your defense, Coach.
Well, that's where we've been consistent all year. The most we've given up was to Wesley, but they earned it. They're a highly skilled offensive team with explosive speed, and they got a couple long touchdown passes on us. But our defense has been what's most consistent for us this season.
Coach Kehres has a policy, if you've heard our interviews with Larry in the past, you know this, but he has a policy. Any kid that wants to come out for football at Mount Union he's got a place on the team for him. How many did you have on the team this year, Coach?
Well, we had a lot, Bruce, and sometimes it keeps me busy, but I do believe in that. And I think if young people want to be involved in sport, what better thing to be involved in? And it's really unfortunate sometimes at the high school level that, kids have to get cut and denied the opportunity, because there's a lot of social values, friendships, sometimes friendships that last a lifetime. And I just have a hard time telling somebody you can't play football because, it's easy to love the game.
What's the preparation like leading up to this big game on Friday night?
Well, this is the toughest for us because we're in finals, so the players have to crowd their finals into. This year they had Sunday as a day that we could take finals, and then Monday and Tuesday morning and afternoon, and then we try to get a practice in on Tuesday afternoon and depart for a long bus ride to Virginia. So I think the pressure of final exams kind of adds to the difficulty of preparing for this last game.
And this is an old foe, Wisconsin Whitewater. This is 6 years in a row. Now this is the 7th. You're 3-3. Like Mount Union, what a storied program.
Exactly. I got to know their coach back in the late 1990s. He was on the football committee, and so we agreed to play a regular season game, home and away, and then it carried over into meeting in the playoffs. Now they have a new coach now, but a great friend up there invited me to the Wisconsin Football Clinic a couple times. A wonderful state association, wonderful clinic, and it's kind of got us a rivalry started.
Are you Coach Leopold? That's the current head coach?
Coach Leopold's been the head coach now for, I believe, 4 years. Bob Berezowitz is a fellow about my age. He stepped down from football 4 years ago, but that's who I got to know, and that's how we got the rivalry started.
I see. I want to get back to the game, and I want you to tell us about them. But before I do, I'd be remiss not to ask you about the guy that's taking over at Toledo. Matt Campbell got the job. That's got to be a feather in your hat. He was one of your guys, and with Beckman moving on to Illinois, Campbell gets this great opportunity to coach the Rockets.
Well, he earned it. He was an outstanding player here, student, person, great assistant coach. He started as a grad assistant at Bowling Green, then an offensive coordinator for me, an offensive coordinator at Bowling Green, and then 3 years at Toledo. And the offensive statistics of the Toledo team has compiled speak for themselves. And I think Toledo made a great move. They won't skip a beat. The players have a new coach. They know their new coach. He'll finish putting his staff together soon and prepare for this bowl game they're going to play. But someone asked me, is he too young? And that's almost like asking me if I'm too old. I don't think there's an age that makes you a coach. So I think he's ready, and he's going to do a great job.
Larry, tell us about Whitewater this year. They've had some great teams as well as the Purple Raiders. Are they a high-scoring, wide-open team like they have featured in the past?
Well, they're a high-scoring team. They've got a great runner. We've been up against him the last 3 Stag Bowls, and we're going to be up against him again. So they feature an outstanding runner. Now you got to defend him, and that sets up play-action passes. And they have an outstanding quarterback who's a younger brother of a young man who played for us. So they've got those 2 skilled players and a great line, good runner, good wideouts. And on defense, they can tackle. And they're always in a good scheme. They're a tough physical team. This will be our most physical game of the year, no doubt. So we respect them tremendously. We know what we're up against. We know what kind of game we're going to have to play to be in this football game. Student body all psyched up and excited about it? I hope so. We could use them. Although, the whole student body's in finals. So when you're in finals, it might take a little of that psych edge off of you because you're trying to get your grades squared away. But I think we'll have good student and community support down there at the game. Well, the game, of course, will be nationally televised. It's a Friday night game. Any opinion on it being a night game rather than the traditional afternoon affair? Well, this is a lot of fun to have a night game. We've been there once and played a Saturday night game. And you have to wait a little bit during the day. Players can get kind of impatient, but college men love playing at night. They did it in high school almost every week. You get a night game or 2 during the season in our league, but to have this game played at night, they'll like it. It'll be a lot of fun. Well, we're going to like it if you notch another victory and another national championship for the storied Mount Union program. Larry, it is always a delight, sir. And best of luck to the Purple Raiders. We're all cheering for you, Coach. Thanks, Bruce. Look forward to talking to you again soon. Larry Kehres, the head football coach at Mount Union, going for yet another national championship, this time Friday night against Wisconsin Whitewater.